All right, so today is September 15th, and at this point, everything is put together. Hood works. I just have to cut out my holes for the radiator shroud down there, but I've been in that situation before. I know everything lines up based on the markings that I had, and now I have begun the windshield framing, which is the blue tape that you see. So I wanted to have the biggest windshield possible in this situation. So everything is lined up too for the dash as it goes up to the, I don't know if you call it a roof line, if you will, because I had created this a long time ago actually, so that way I could center everything. So that's what it looks like. You see the black lines too at the top, so you can see that. So at the top right there, I know they're different colors or whatever, but I know which is which. But anyway, I put my laser light on it last night, which is pretty exciting. I probably would do another video maybe later on tonight if I decide to work on it again. But seeing that I did everything by hand and whatever, seeing the tips of the headlights like here to the other side here line up perfectly based on a laser light, it's pretty exciting. Things are semi-bolted in there. I put a pole in the center too to kind of keep the body straight, and so that way I can keep the doors off the ground, because I couldn't stand moving this thing and it was always sagging. But there's a 2x2 down there on the floor, and it goes into the side of the door right here on either side, so that way everything stays even as I work on it. And this windshield framing should be done in a few days. Well, let me take that back. I don't know. It's gonna be done when it's done. But the thing is I gotta have my doors at the right height to match the fenders. As you can see, they do match. I just took my door scan there, but everything matches up. I do know that this fender cut here has to be in order to have clearance for the inside of the door to swing open with the door hinge that I have. So I just haven't cut the other side. However, I have taken a template. Those are all my old school templates right here. But I take a template with tape, so it's already measured out to cut. So I will glass all that in the complete door and then cut it out when that time comes to deal with the door, because I haven't cut anything out on the passenger side yet, for the most part. While everything will be stitched together, I'll then start working on my wing back there in order to figure out how to put the end pieces on the wing to trap the air on it, which is back here. It's those parts there, so that way to be in line with the canards up here. I actually have the bottom pieces already cut out. These go down here in the front like so. That's two pieces bolted together, so that way they're even. It's not going to be that thick, don't trip. And I also have to put my edges on it, but I had to recreate, I don't know, one I fabricated around here somewhere just to get an idea. Then these are the ones that I created a long time ago for the top. They're shot to hell now, but actually that's the passenger side. But anyway, they go right here. That design very well might change. The ones for the bottom did, but I got to get into it. But that's later. But for right now, as I mentioned to you, I have to get the windshield framing in, so I'll be glassing in the white pieces that you see there. It's just basically styrofoam. And then I realized too, and you can see that top, that was a little bit high on that side, so I have to build this up to this edge right here, and then it should be nice and even, because I figured that out based on the laser bending over all the surfaces to let me know what was high, what was low. Just like this side right here was low. So I'm kind of I don't know, kind of sensitive about things being even. I'm really sensitive about that. So I think it'll be fun to be able to take pictures even when the laser light is on it and show how even and exacting everything is. So I'm rather excited about that too, even though it's handmade. But anyway, next step should be connecting the doors, getting this glassed in. I like the way the hood opens with that there. I want the air to be able to flow over and it literally being seamless. It's open on the original design, but I want everything closed up personally. Almost like a submarine. Everything is just actually, you know what, I like the way the Vulcan looks. You know, it looks like just big sweeping panels, and looks like the air just has no way to get into the body itself. So that's kind of where my mindset is there. But I think that'll look good, even if you want to play with even coloring that. Yeah, that looks good, because you don't even see it as you back away from the car at all. Yeah, I like that. So I have to allot now for the windshield wiper. I have that back over there somewhere. So that will be next too, once everything is framed, to get the windshield wiper in here and do some type of mock-up, and maybe even get power to it to make sure it works, so it's sitting in the right spot. But the law says you basically only have to keep clear where the driver is looking out of the windshield. So I don't see that to be a problem for the center. But anyway, from the inside, this actually was a lot wider. This was like, I don't know, it was another 3 inches actually, and it actually made a difference as you sat in the car. So the closest I could get it down to the hood actually kind of freed up sight. It's a big difference when you are looking at the car from the outside versus actually sitting in it. So as you know, in exotic cars, there's always a big issue about visibility. Pillars in the way, can't see behind you, can't see on the side. So I was trying to scrape out as much as I could to be able to give as much visibility as possible. So this is where this is going to be originating from. But car's coming together. Everything is all nice and solid, closes up good, comes apart, go back together good. So I'm really excited about it. I think I got pretty good time on it, pretty good advancement. And also, I can't wait to get in the back to play with my tail light design. There's more to come, but that's what it's going to start to look like. But I am going to be hunting for a particular light at SEMA to kind of make that idea happen. So I'll be waiting on that. That'll be when I cut the hood or the motor compartment open. I'll start playing with that. But for right now, I want to get this front end done, and I guess I got to tackle the roof. I did spend some time on that, I don't know, maybe a month and a half ago to get the contour right. So it is pretty good, even though things look jacked up. The contour is already here. I put this back together a long time ago. So everything is all nice and even. It's just dirty. It just needs to be sanded or whatever. But it shouldn't be that big of a deal, to be honest, to get this windshield framing in. I guess the biggest issue too in doing this part is to figure out, okay, what part is going to be considered the monocoque or for reproducing it, making a mold and stuff like that. You know, how does it come apart? What part is connected to what? That's going to be probably the most time consuming in this next step in this windshield framing for safety and stuff like that. Anyway, to be continued. Got a jet. Got some other stuff to do today. But like I said, hopefully next video, the canard should be done, and then it should be nice and even with the wing. So I'm gonna get the wing done. So I've been knocking that out. I haven't done the headlights. These are the headlight bezels actually. Right here, I had created these a long time ago. They go inside here, but I want to get the headlights wired so that way I can get an idea of how that light's going to come out of there and make sure I get the nice projection. But I got to fire them up, so I'm going to have to fabricate. Actually, I don't have to fabricate, but I do have to do a mock-up wire harness, so that way I can figure out how much wire I need and where it's going to be located. So that takes some engineering in order to have that actually made, so that way I can just get power to it, unfortunately. And that's, I don't know, maybe, I think it was like $200 some. So that's why I haven't done the headlights just yet. Other than that, and it's not even necessary, but I do want to feel finished or completed, because I got to engineer something in the back of this headlight in order to get it to sit there. And I kind of want to look at my car to look more and more like a car. So that is it for now.